Welcome back, everybody, and today it's like we're going to start the first in a 6-part review for the FansProject Bruticus. We're going to start off with Brawl. Right, so here's Brawl, and as in his previous version, he's a tank. However, the original was more of an like an M1 tank. This one is, I'm probably calling it wrong, it's probably a Gepard or something. It's supposed to be an anti-aircraft tank, which is pretty appropriate considering that this set was meant to go up against the Superion, which was all planes. So here you have an anti-aircraft tank. It's a pretty cool tank anyway. It's got 2 barrels here. They can move up and down. It has articulation in the turret section, so it can move all around. And it's got wheels, but not exactly rolling the surface too well. Now, this Brawl, if you look over here, it has the numbers 1MJ9. But if you flip it over, it reads Brawl, which I thought was a nice touch. Now, this one was the Revenge of the Fallen Bruticus. Said it came from the Revenge of the Fallen Bruticus set. And it also came with another tank, which was meant to be Blastoff. Blastoff was originally like a space shuttle, and now he's a tank. As I explained more or less inaccurately in the last review, they were having some budget problems, like during the end of Energon, and when they wanted to make combiners. So it's like option was either 2 combiners of 5, or 3 combiners of with 3 pieces. And so they went with the other option, so they could have 3 combiners made from 3 main pieces. These which could serve as either legs or arms. Yeah. So you had planes for Superion, tank, helicopter, and truck for Bruticus, and a bunch of construction vehicles for the would-be Devastator or Constructicon Maximus, as it was known. Now, originally, these came with this piece here, which you just plug on top here like so. And this would double as a hand or a foot, as the case may be, and sort of add some more guns. FansProject, in the case of this one, you can add these extra guns here. Now make sure that you put the, there's just one peg there, make sure you put them opposite so they don't clash with each other. There. So there's the differences between the 2 tanks, as it were. So you have translucent orange piece and extra set of guns. It does, however, limit how much you can raise these gun turn things. But yeah, let's get them into limb mode now. So remove these guns for now. Remove guns. And remove these guns. A little bit harder. Alright. Now, let's go with foot mode first. Doesn't really matter. There's the 2 holes there, and just sort of peg that one in. And this would double as a foot for said Bruticus. Now, in the case of FansProject, they also allowed this one to be a foot, just like the original. And this foot is much more massive, as you can see. It also has some lean to it already. And there's a articulation, sort of goes in and out that way to widen the stance. And it's nice that it already does that to give it a more straighter thing, whereas this one does nothing. An interesting note is that this foot is meant to be the left foot already. The nice thing about the Crossfire 02 upgrade versus the Superion Crossfire 01 is that while the Superion version allowed the foot to be more or less any one, so it can have like either right or left, this one is strictly left or right. And yeah, that's like one of the things. So that's another improvement made on that one. But let's get these guys. Oh yeah, the case of this one here, he also turns into an arm mode. This one does not anymore, well, at least with the Bruticus anyway. So there you had this claw in case you wanted to use this one as an arm. There's a joint there. And if you pop open these sections here, you pull this down and sort of get some articulation out of it, but nothing too special. Yeah, so that's that. But let's get these guys transformed. Well, I guess we'll start with Blast Off first, since he's already in my hand. Take these parts here and just put them to the back. And you come here, rotate this whole section so that everything points backwards like that. Lift these up slightly, pull this out, rotate the elbow around so that you have that. Feet over here, move gun, rotate elbow, just peg that in place. Pull down the chest, fold back the head, and turn it around. Come down, take the feet out, and there you have it. Now, you can take these things and leave them out like this, or you can rotate them backwards, like so, although that makes them obnoxiously bigger. Now, let's repeat the same thing with the... this thing gets in there quite tightly. There. Now, let's do the same thing with Brawl. He's a little bit, I guess, finer transform, you know. Transform it a bit more often, so a little easier. Same thing. In this case, I do like to have those treads in the back. They're acting like a kind of cape. And there you have the two. Definitely feel that makes it be more like a cape. Now, you could take this piece here, fold it out, and it would basically turn into more or less a double-barreled gun. But it was obnoxiously long, and again, although I love orange, that just doesn't look very imposing. You could take the two guns that you put on top and load them into each hand. Give them some better weaponry here. Some more intimidating weaponry. There we go. Now that one's loose. Oh, well, there. I can hold this gun up. And you can take and put both guns in it, but one of the things that they recommend on the box for differences is to take like some of the pieces that came with the other Bruticus Crossfire 2 pieces, such as this missile launcher pod thing, and put that one there. And just slow down to his hand, close his legs up again. Sorry, he's very flat-footed. And there you have your Bruticus with his new weapons. Oh, that was that. As you can see, like they both have like what appears to be like 6 barrel of guns around their head, and both of these arm cannons, which is pretty neat. It's like they carry over from the double-barreled anti-aircraft mode. They have nice articulation in the overall legs. Everything's like ball jointed. Yeah. Got very flat feet. But yeah, there's Brawl with his Crossfire weapons, and there's Blast Off, which you don't really need anymore, simply because he's been replaced by Explorer, which I'll show later. But yeah, that's the end of part 1 with Brawl, and tune in next time for Vortex. Thanks for watching.